Sustain 267.
On Yerne FM, it is 9:41 on Yerne FM, and it's time for Sustain 267. And on the line, I'm joined by Nicole Rombe, our climate activist and host of Sustain 267. Welcome back.
Good morning, Larato. Thank you for having me. Good morning to you and all your lovely listeners. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Fantastic. And you?
I'm well, thank you.
So today you're not alone. You're joined by a lovely, lovely guest. Please kindly introduce them to us.
Yes, ma'am. Before we get right into that, I just want to mention that today we're spotlighting innovation, leadership, and climate action right here in Botswana. This Friday, the Chevening Alumni Association of Botswana will be hosting the 2026 Chaabo Climate Hackathon in Gaborone, which brings together bright minds to collaborate on solutions to some of our country's most pressing climate challenges. But what exactly is a climate hackathon? Who is it for? And how can ideas generated in just a few hours translate into real impact? To unpack all of this, we're joined by our lovely guest, Benson Serara Motswetla, who is a Strategic ICT Leader, a committee member of the JCI Action Framework 2.0, and a Chevening Scholar and ITIL certified professional. Good morning, Benson. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, Lorato. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for inviting me.
Good morning.
Of course. Let's jump right into it. So, for listeners who may be hearing about this for the first time, what exactly is the 2026 Chaabo Climate Hackathon, and what can participants expect on the day?
Thank you for that. So the 2026 Chevening Alumni Association of Botswana Chaabo Climate Hackathon is a structured youth innovation competition that is hosted by the Chevening Alumni Association of Botswana. It brings together university students, recent graduates to design practical, locally relevant solutions to climate challenges, specifically around flooding and resilience in our built environment. So basically this year, the theme is retrofitting for resilience, reinventing Gaborone's built environment against floods. So on the day, shortlisted team members will present their solutions live in front of a panel of judges, industry experts, and stakeholders at Stanbic Bank, Accelerate, and Fairgrounds. Each team will get 10 minutes to pitch, followed by feedback. So it's going to be a high energy and very practical, very real. This is not classroom theory, it's youth representing solutions that could shape Botswana's future. So basically, it's a Shark Tank, but for climate resilience. So it's going to be very interesting live to see.
That sounds so fun and a little nerve-wracking for the participants that are going to be actually presenting their projects, but that's exciting. I was going to ask why the Chevening Alumni Association of Botswana decided to focus specifically on climate action at this time in Botswana, but you did mention floods. Is there any other reason for that?
Yes. So basically, this is because climate change is no longer a global headline. Botswana, it's a Botswana reality now. When the rainy season, with every rainy season nowadays, we see flooding affecting homes, roads, and businesses. And at the same time, we experience extreme heat and water stress. So the intensity and unpredictability of weather patterns are increasing. And that's just evident. And as Chevening alumni, who are professionals exposed to global best practices, we felt a responsibility to locate that knowledge. That climate resilience cannot be outsourced. It must be designed here by people who understand our context, and most importantly, by young people who are going to inherit the consequences of today's climate decisions. So basically, we should be designing the solutions ourselves.
Okay, thank you for that. So after these ideas are pitched on Friday, what mechanisms are going to be put in place to ensure that promising solutions don't just remain ideas? Because the youth have a lot of ideas, and sometimes implementation is the biggest thing. So what can we actually do to move forward towards implementation?
Yes, so basically, that's a critical question, and one that we've been intentional about. So first ideas are being presented to stakeholders beyond academia, including professionals, potential partners, and policymakers. So that's visibility matters right there. And then second, outstanding concepts will be profiled through our Chaabo and partner media platforms, giving them continued exposure. And also, this hackathon is not a one-off event. It is designed to as a foundation for ongoing innovation challenges, partnerships, and national development priorities, basically. So our goal is to connect promising teams with institutions that can pilot, refine, and fund implementation. So basically, innovation dies in isolation. We are building bridges to prevent that.
Okay. So if someone listening right now wants to be a part of climate innovation in Botswana, because obviously with this hackathon, you've already picked the teams. We already know who's presenting on Fridays, literally the day after tomorrow. Teams are trying to wrap up the projects, making sure that everything runs smoothly. So if someone wants to be a part of climate innovation in Botswana, whether through policy, entrepreneurship, or community action, what advice or next steps would you personally give them?
Okay, thank you about that. So basically, we start where you are. Climate innovation is not only about engineers or fancy scientists. Is if you have a policy or you are in policy, advocate for resilient building codes. If you are an entrepreneur, explore green construction materials or climate tech services. If you're in communities, organize awareness and local adaptation initiatives. And secondly, collaborate. That is very important. Collaborate. Climate challenges are interdisciplinary. So the best solutions come when engineers, economists, planners, society members, and technologists work together. And finally, I don't wait for permission to innovate, basically. Botswana has immense talent. That one we know for sure. And the climate challenge is serious, but so is our potential, basically. And the future of climate resilience in Botswana will not be imported. It will be designed by us, Botswana.
Thank you so much for that, Benson. As we've heard today, tackling climate change isn't just about the big scientists that have already published 20 papers. Start where you are. It's about people, ideas, and collaboration. A big thank you to Benson again for sharing insights into the Climate Hackathon. I genuinely really hope it goes well. I hopefully will see you there. And thank you so much for coming.
Oh, thank you for inviting me. And for any other questions, they can be handled to our social media pages. We have a Facebook page, which is Chaabo, Chevening Alumni Botswana. It's the same on X and on LinkedIn as well. And you can also check our email, which is chaabo2017@gmail.com. So basically, all your answers will be answered there.
Yeah, and if you want to reach out to me, this is to the listeners. If you want to reach out to me personally or anyone on the Sustain 267 team, it is Sustain 267 on all social media platforms. We have a podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, you name it, it's there. We have a YouTube channel where we post a lot of things. If you missed this recording, for instance, if you want to find it, it's going to be up on our YouTube channel. We're more responsive on LinkedIn. It's Nicole Rumbe. Stay engaged, stay informed, and as always, let's continue building a more resilient and sustainable Botswana together.
Love it. Thank you guys so much. Benson, thank you so much for coming through. All the best on the hackathon. Nicole Rumbe, thank you so much again. I know you'll be back next week, Wednesday.
And I will talk to you then. Thank you for having me.